Good morning, y'all. It's Sunday morning. It's March 26th and it's 70 degrees out here. I'm Rachel and I'm gardening for butterflies on the Alabama Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. And I'm mostly gardening in containers, but you know what? This week I did a thing and I'm just going to show y'all. Last weekend we had a freeze. It wasn't as bad down here as it was just like 20 minutes up the road. They got like it went down into like the 29 degrees, you know, and into the 20s. And so some things were really messed up there. But I went to the nursery before that happened and I got a few things and I planted them out. And I also planted a bunch of salvias right here in the front. I got sick of it being icky. So I have planted a bunch of things in the ground. I'm hoping I won't regret it, and I'm hoping that they'll grow bigger. I've got so many different salvias. I've got this black and blue salvia. This is just like the regular Mystic Spires. I've got like 3 of them there. And I bought another lavender because I love to have my heart broken. But I saw this one actually growing in the ground up at Cornucopia. And it looked like they had had it there since last year because it was big. It was like 3 by 4 and it was so beautiful. So I had to get it. But I got some neat things to go in these pots. Look at this verbena in the center and then lobelia all around it. I'm really loving the way the verbena just pops out and then it's just surrounded by that dark. And I got some more diamond frost euphorbia and I surrounded it with this verbena. So I'm hoping what this verbena is going to do is just kind of go over the pot. That seemed to be what it did last year. My sedum starting to get a little scraggly, so I've been yanking pieces off. My friend Jo at Jo's Texas Garden, which y'all have got to see, her thing is amazing. It's Jo, J-O''S TX Garden. Her stuff is gorgeous, and she told me that I could take these sedum pieces and just toss them on the ground. So that's what I'm doing. I want sedum to grow all along this path. So I've started that. And then this Gertrude Jekyll looks like it's kind of getting played out a bit. But you know, it smells so amazing. Gertrude Jekyll, she is intensely gorgeous. And then look at this spray right here of James Galway. Can you not stand it? Oh, and here's something funny about it. So this week I came out here and I sniffed it. And you know what it kind of smells like to me? Sometimes it has a little, this is bizarre, it has a little bit of a banana scent to it. But isn't James Galway gorgeous? Along this path, I've realized that I am going to have to repot some of these things because I think what has happened with some of my plants in here, because of course they've been in these pots since last year, I think the drainage holes have gotten clogged and some of them might be kind of drowning. So I'm going to have to, tomorrow, I'm going to get out here and repot some of these things with their leaves when they're turning yellow. That's just what makes me think that that's probably what's happening. This is Desdemona looking incredible. But I'll show you an example of what I think this one right here. And probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to even cut it in half because it's a perennial and it probably needs to be cut in half. It's kind of just gotten too big for its britches. This Big Mama, look at that. Look how huge. Massive. And something that I did is I took the nasturtiums and I repotted them. Yes, they're orange. And also, this is where a naughty raccoon has come along and sat down in the scavula. You can see it's flattened out. I had to cut it back. I'm going to have to repot that. And you know what it did? It sat down in the scavula, grabbed this, pulled it over onto itself, and then it fell down to the ground. And the reason why I know it was a raccoon is because its little muddy paw prints were all in it. I have naughty animals around here. So something that I've done this past week is some of the containers that I had, they had things in it that I didn't really care whether they lived or died anymore. So what I did is I took them out and I put other stuff in the pots. And what I've done with the things that I didn't care whether they lived or died, I've been just putting them in this bed, and if they make it, they make it, and if they don't, they don't. So it's kind of a random bed. And so far, the armadillos haven't done anything. But I wanted to show y'all the dahlias. Some of them are doing great, and some of them are just kind of piddling. And now, since I had brought these in, because of the freeze last week, now I don't really know what is what. Not that I knew before, but I had them kind of divided out kind of evenly. So this one is looking good, and I know what I'm going to need to do probably in the next few days. You're supposed to cut out like the central stem to encourage more side growth and more flowering, and this is about the time to do it. But I'm going to read the directions one more time because I don't want to do it wrong. And ooh, looks like there's some kind of weird poo there. So that's what I'm going to do for those dahlias. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. I hope it's still here, because yesterday I came out and I saw one caterpillar, one tiny, oh, it might have gotten eaten. It was a black eastern swallowtail caterpillar in here, and which means there had probably been more. I don't see it now, and I'm not in a place where I can raise them right now. I'm gonna have to do that. And oh, here's one. Oh good, and this is in a different spot. So this was probably, let's see this teeny tiny, let's see if it'll, gosh, why will it not? Okay, so I've put my finger by it so you can see how tiny it is. Do you see that little black dot with the white dot in the middle? That is an eastern black swallowtail caterpillar. I wanted to find the eggs so that I could show you what the eggs look like. But you know what? Let's go look at the carrots and see if the carrots have got any eggs on them, because black eastern swallowtails use carrots and fennel and dill as their larval host plants. And oh yeah, I have this one. It fell over. They need a bigger pot. Look how big this is. And I put it in a little pot. I didn't realize how tall it was going to get. But see, this is a carrot flower. Is it not gorgeous? And doesn't it remind you of like Queen Anne's lace? That is also a larval host plant for eastern black swallowtails. So anything in kind of like the carrot family. But I have another one, and the other day I came out here to try to stalk a Monarch Butterfly, and it didn't let me get close, but it was on this carrot flower here. It was loving it. So even monarchs like it. But let's see if we see any eggs. I don't see any eggs on this carrot at all. But they do like this. I accidentally broke the pump in my fountain today, or a few days ago when I was cleaning it. So I got to order another one. Kind of makes me sad. I miss the sound of like gurgling water out here. But while I'm in this area, look, I've got another orange zinnia, and it just is so sturdy, and I don't have the heart to move it. There's this other one here, because the ones that I planted from seed, and they have gotten eaten to pieces. But I wanted to show you this little garden in a pot, and it's getting crazy. I knew it would, but I didn't know it was going to get as crazy as this. But yeah, so hopefully these zinnias will be opening up soon. Isn't that going to be so pretty? And then behind it, you know, I've got the passion flower vines, and I was hoping that they would get crazy and fill this whole thing up again like I had last year. But you know, I think it took 2 years for that to happen. So that's going to be just a waiting game. I got some other cool things from Cornucopia that I'm excited about because I really love them. And one of them is this is lemon verbena. Now I've had one before and I killed it, and I can't remember if I put it in the ground or if I had it in a container, but lemon verbena smells more lemony than lemon. I love it so much. It is really something that I enjoy a lot. This is the view from the guest bedroom window, and this is where I mainly like to enjoy the garden from when I'm in the house. And I had the sprinkler on earlier this week, and it had gotten water on the window, and so the window was kind of blurry, and all I could see were just like blobs of color, and it was just like an impressionist painting, and it made me so happy because that was what I was going for. You know, I wanted to see so much color and texture. So it's really serving its purpose right now to be able to see it like that. That's what I love. Oh, I'm so surprised. It looks like the sun is going to come out. I didn't expect that because I thought it was about to rain. But I'm just enjoying so much all these colors and textures. They're making me so happy. And the butterflies and the birds love it. And it's just everything. So much enjoyment. So much. I went and visited my friend Carol and got a bunch of plants from her on Friday. And I've got this thing that I'm super excited about now. It got hit by frost, so it looks kind of sad, but this is going to go in here. This is another pitcher plant, and it is big and healthy. It just got zapped a little bit, and I'm going to put it right here. And then I've got something else that is an interesting plant that, of course, I do not recall the name of it, but it's going to have pretty flowers on it, and that's going to go in here too. So actually, the Bog Garden is really doing very well because I've got this new growth on this pitcher plant here, so it didn't die. And then these little things are just the sweetest. They're just, and this is something that I planted. I didn't realize that. So, and you know what? Something that didn't die, but it's looked terrible for a really long time. This is a sundew right here. This one. This it has these little sticky dots of juice on them, and then the bugs come and stick to it, and then that's how it digests its food. So it also is carnivorous. But this is going to be really great when I get those planted in there. Oh, and you know what? Something else that I planted in here that I had, it didn't do well last year, and it's an aquatic milkweed. I put this in here. It has a little white flower, and I thought, you know what? It's aquatic. This is the Bog Garden. It should like this. So that's a little addition also. I got to do something with this borage today or tomorrow. Something's eating it, and it was some sort of white caterpillar that I don't recognize. But look, this is crazy. And you know what? I thought that this was borage, but look, I mean, I thought it was bluebonnet, but I guess it's borage. Somehow it must have, I mean, it looks exactly like it, so it can't, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Look, I bet that's a bluebonnet, and somehow borage got in there. I'm not very good at seeding things. Pfft. You would probably never be able to guess what this is. And I came across it the other day at the Alberta Co-op. And I'm so thrilled because I did say offhandedly that I would really like one, and here it is. And this is what kind it is. It is a pomegranate tree, and I'm going to put it kind of in the place of the lemon tree and see if I can grow my own pomegranate. So it's going to be like back here. I've got to plant that out soon. I went to Cornucopia. I could not resist, and I got a few things that I'm super excited about. Well, I had to get more of this diamond frost euphorbia. And then here is lemon verbena. I've had this one time and I killed it. I don't think I put it in a container, but oh y'all, it smells more lemony than lemon. And got this creeping thyme. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to plant it around the stones on the path. This I've never had before. It gets about 2 feet tall, maybe 3 feet tall. Graceful Grasses Skyrocket. So I'm excited about that. I've been wanting some grasses. And then here are some colors that I'm gonna just put in. You know, they're small, so I can like tuck them around the edges of pots and get color. But oh, I love this lobelia. And then of course this I had last year and I didn't know how well it was gonna do. And it's let's see, it's Imagination Verbena. There we go. And then of course this is also Verbena. So annual Verbena. So these things will be, oh, you know what, let me tell you what this lobelia is actually. So it's Riviera Midnight Blue lobelia. So these are going to be some color. It's exciting. I'm going to plant them out today. And last week we went from having the tiniest caterpillars to these. This is a week's growth, and you can tell the difference between, oops, let me move this leaf. So these, a week's growth, and then this one who's probably been out for 2 or 3 days. So these caterpillars in a week, these are Monarch Butterfly caterpillars, they will turn into chrysalises. And what they're going to do is they're going to climb to the top of this cage. I've got to clean this cage out, but I cut branches of it and stick it down in the water. But when they are ready to turn into a chrysalis, they'll climb to the top of this cage and hang from it and turn into a chrysalis. So I'm not sure how many I have in here because I haven't really been able to count them. I'm thinking there's at least 15. So it's going to be super cool. I can't wait to share that with y'all. Y'all, look at this. Look at these. I'm loving these so much. They don't really smell as good as Gertrude Jekyll. She's the best. She is the best. But y'all, things are getting better. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more hopeful because I've gotten things done. I've got a lot of things that I'm going to do, like on tomorrow when I'm off. And I'm really excited about that. And I can't wait to share them with you next week. And I can't wait to see what y'all been, or actually see and hear and talk about what y'all been doing in your gardens. And I hope that y'all are feeling a lot of hope and happiness, and things are happening and growing for you. And I hope y'all have a great week. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.